and our topic of discussion was consciousness. I was already speaking about this topic. He was among the rare people who at such a young age was dabbling in the topic of what is consciousness. And then we had a conversation, and I put some conditions about taking him further into the journey of understanding consciousness if he is willing to drop out of his college. And he did. And he moved with his brother. His brother also is a software engineer, dropped out of college. They both live with me in Bombay. And their life has changed since then, you know. They were studying in absolute shitty colleges and shitty environments that were making them sick to the core, suffering from all kind of mental dullness. Now life is changing. So, maybe it's because of your maturity over and above the others who are sitting here that I felt like, you know, talking to you one-on-one. Everyone else may be sincere, but may not have the quality to understand what I'm saying. So it's their loss. It's not that my language is so complicated that they won't understand.
It depends upon how is everyone open to absorb it.
Correct. What do you know what black bag is? I bring the camera. So here it is. Bring it.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please go
Why
ahead.
do you record it?
Why do I record?
I've seen you record. So what is the psychology behind it?
Can you guess? Manu, yeah, let him guess and then you answer.
Yeah. Maybe you want to analyze yourself every day. I don't know what to do with the recording, so that's something.
How will I ever have the time to listen to my recording?
No, that's all because. So maybe you want to keep a copy of you, maybe leave something behind and listen.
Maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Manu?
Well, now we are using it for our documentation purposes. Like, it will help us to understand what we are going through. Like, we will not miss any data, basically. Yeah, and further, we would like it to take into other levels as we grow. So, Abhi, we are just using it for mainly documentation and like we are ensuring it nothing is missed in this process, and we don't like to repeat ourselves again and again. So. Like you understand,
yes.
It will just a waste of time. It is. We have this much of a technology, we are not able to use it to this level. That's the only reason.
Did you get your answer? Just efficiency, man. I don't want, you know, in 2023, a lot of contemporary methods can be deployed.
Right.
But people are still working in their own old traditional ways. We are a company, more than a company, we are an institution which will teach.
Right.
Why should those teachings be limited to these four walls? Everyone in the world should hear them. That's why. That's the main answer. So, you are, I think, 60% right on your answer, right?
Yeah, I know that. I was not giving out the right answer.
Why not? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
Why did you think he was not worthy of the right answer?
Yeah.
No,
It's
I want to know because I could read.
Mm.
Why did you think he was not worthy of the complete answer? Why? I want to know that. Do you know that you held back?
Yeah. I
Why
held
did you
back.
hold back is my question now.
Actually, not able to find it myself now.
The answer to that? Or do you think
Yeah,
about
I will think it
I
and
know.
Yeah.
But you think about it.
Yes.
So, the question about ambition, that are you ambitious or not, is because if you are ambitious, then you can use me.
Right.
If you are not, then I would be an explosion which will hurt you.
Right.
So, if you had any other answer other than the answer that was you like to do things completely if you get into something.
It's more about I love to explore. First thing is I'm not stagnant in one thing. कुछ नया है करना है. उस टाइम पे नया था और रिसोर्स was completely new. जैसे ही Netflix आया इंडिया में सबटाइटलिंग का एकदम स्पाइक हो गया. So मैं ट्राई मतलब ये क्या है I went ahead, opportunity mila, crack kiya, worked there for 2.5 years. One thing I got to like, so my mentor there was from Anand, and I walked with him and he changed me like almost 60 degrees. What I was in that year, I'm completely different right now. So working with him was the luckiest opportunity I got so far.
Nice. See, that's the quality of mentorship in life, you know, and somehow our cultures stop valuing that, you know, how important mentors are, you know. So you are lucky that you had one and you can name him and take his name, yes, in expressing, and that itself would be so rewarding to you in your life because you have that gratitude towards the teacher. So great. So you like to explore. That's cool. Until now, maybe you were not really in touch with, you know, your exploration is always ongoing. I mean, I think if there was a time when even I would answer things like this, you know, I like to explore.
Right.
So, and one day we come across, I think, that thing that makes us want to now stop exploring and start doing, right? Start doing, building it. So in building, of course, exploration happens. It's an exploration that could be called karma yoga exploration, you know, through the karma you get to know what is divinity. So maybe it could be that. Maybe that's the path we could take. Maybe it's not really about you and us sitting in a room for some existing preconceived notions of work. Maybe it's not even limited to time, which is 2-3 months of internship, and then you go back to college.
Right.
It must last forever for you to take advantage of a machine that I am, you know. And I have so much energy that it's unfortunate for a lot of youth here in this office that they have no idea what kind of a teacher is sitting in this room while they have access to every bit of every video I have on YouTube.
And the thing is, the culture has always been inclined towards having a teacher.
Right.
If you dig into past, we always had a teacher.
Right. Yeah.
वहाँ से गुरुदक्षिणा है.
Yes.
In the current situation, we are somewhat neglecting mentorship and teachers.
Right.
Yes.
Students no longer respect teachers. I have a teacher in the class who's on emeritus. I don't know. So when someone who teaches for more than 30 plus years, literally no one in the class respects him. That guy is 69 years old and he teaches like someone who is 20 years old.
Nice. I love
So
that.
much energy.
I love that.
Like he takes 6 hours of classes and I have respect for him, but students don't even like pay a fuck to him. I'm very sorry to use the word.
No.
They did it.
Yeah.
So I feel very sad for the generation we currently have.
Yeah. Totally.
Can I-
That's why this is hard. Go on.
So what Bhai said about, like, I feel like it's more about the guru. Like he should be capable of taking the respect.
When a person is 69 years old,
That's why like teacher and guru differentiate. Where like teacher were only giving lectures, not to where like we need to actively gain the experience or things to do stuff. Like I am learning like doing things with Guruji.
Right.
That's how I understand. Without doing in the like classes, the core mentality, like there is a saying.
No, it's not about that. It's not
Let me please
person.
complete. Let me please complete.
Sure.
There is a saying like if you teach a guy how to fish, he will be able to live in entire life. But you give him a money, that's not that valuable, right? It's exactly like the difference between this teacher and guru is like, I think some sort of difference is there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the person who has taught Ajay Pira, the person who has taught Chanda Koshar, the person who has been guru to almost thousands of students, when he walked in the room, I knew this is the guy who's going to, I'm not good at maths.
Yeah.
He's the person who's the reason why I actually excelled at statistics. I have utmost respect for him.
Yeah.
Other students were little stupid to not absorb that, to actually undermine him, to actually underestimate him.
Yeah, you have the ability to surrender to that. Like
Right.
that's why you get the major benefits.
I would say more probably making the best of it.
Yeah.
He's there for two
Yeah.
semesters. He's the reason I have to actually absorb something. Otherwise, I was never good at statistics. He was the guy, and I know it. Okay, it's my good potential. But he has the thing.
Yeah. You
and he
identify
came into my
yeah.
life. I have to make the best of it.
Yeah, great. Very well said.
So you arrived at E24 because the opportunity came in college?
No, so the thing is, there weren't many good opportunities there. I have this industry I've shortlisted. For me, it's first is FMCG, next thing tech, and this media. So I applied for your side. I have got tons of interviews and okay. And the first one was I got opportunity from E24. It was a commitment. The first offer that it's my email, I'm gonna go there.
Or you had decided that for yourself, whatever the offer.
So I don't want to complicate this thing.
Correct.
जो पहले आएगा मैं जाएगा, that's a commitment.
Right. कि कोई भी पैसा मिले कितना मिले फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मेरा commitment है. पहला जो भी आगे उससे लग जाएगा.
Because if I keep options, I'm always gonna be confused. लगा ये मिलता वो मिलता.
Correct. बिल्कुल सही. तो ठीक है, फिर वहाँ से जो पता चला गो स्टार्ट में कुछ काम करने का आ रहा है मौका. तो क्या क्लियर था कि गो स्टार्ट में क्या मौका आ रहा है काम करने का?
Not exactly.
वो ओवर टाइम क्लियर हुआ. और जब गो स्टार्ट के बारे में पता चला तो पढ़ने गए होंगे गो स्टार्ट है क्या?
I would say because I have been reading Y Combinator a lot, so I know for startup. So I know that ये क्या होने वाला है ना पता. The moment that accelerator I knew it is gonna be a umbrella for accelerators to help them grow.
Correct. या मेरे अराउंड जो पॉसिबिलिटी अभी पिछले 1 साल से महसूस हो रही है वो ये है कि जो चुनिंदा लोग हैं दुनिया में, कुछ आईटी बॉम्बे में भी होंगे, जो यहाँ तक पहुँचे कि हम जब तक नहीं जानेंगे भगवान को तब तक हम नहीं मानेंगे भगवान को, और जब मानेंगे कि कुछ है तो फिर जांच करेंगे कि क्या है. बस छोड़ ही देंगे बात को, यहाँ है बस ठीक है पूजा करना. तो ये वाले जो चुनिंदा लोग हैं इनके लिए मैं बहुत महत्वपूर्ण इंसान हूँ. मैंने पूरी जर्नी की है इस टॉपिक पे. उस जर्नी का आउटकम है जो मेरे पास लीडरशिप पोजीशन है, लीडरशिप क्वालिटी, उस जर्नी का आउटकम है. ये सब कुछ भी नहीं है उस पोजीशन के सामने जो मेरी पोजीशन कुछ यूथ के जीवन में है. तो वो वाली जो आर्मी तैयार हो रही है वो अब रुकेगी नहीं. वो अब धीमे धीमे करके तैयार हो रही है. इन लोगों के अंदर वो कमी है जो 21-22 साल की उम्र में होती है. वो कमी इनके अंदर ये है कि जो कम्युनिकेशन में एम्पैथी का कंपोनेंट है कि मैंने एक डॉक्यूमेंट तो बना दिया, अगले को समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं. अगर छोटा सा एक इमेज डाली और इमेज के नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन डाल देते तो इमेज का कॉन्टेक्स्ट समझ में आता. लेकिन हमने शायद अपने आलस की वजह से या हमारे just shitty culture at home, shitty culture in school, shitty culture in college, just rote learning exercise and cramming things to get the marks. ये इस तरह के कुछ challenges आते हैं. Communication efficiency, operational efficiency को कम कर देती है communication efficiency. तो यहाँ से लेकर कई सारे लोग, जैसे मेरे पास अगर ये मॉनिटरिंग नहीं आ रही है कि ये लोग अच्छे हैं, इन पे हमें ध्यान देना चाहिए. बस इंटर्न आए, कुछ किया, भेड़-चाल गधा बकरी वाला काम, उसके बाद चले गए. उसमें कुछ हीरे थे जो हमारे द्वार तक आए और हमने ध्यान भी नहीं दिया ये हीरे थे. तो ये चीज़ मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ बिल्कुल. ये पूरा एक डिवाइन अरेंजमेंट है. तो अगर हम अपनी प्रेजेंट को ढंग से ऑब्जर्व नहीं कर रहे हैं, जहाँ पे हमें ब्रह्मांड ने डाला है, तो फिर हम गॉडलीनेस में नहीं जी रहे. तो जब इस तरीके से देखेंगे तो हम टैलेंट को मिस नहीं करेंगे. 10 लोगों का खर्चा उतनी बड़ी बात नहीं है कि इसलिए नहीं है कि उन 10 लोगों के खर्चे पे एक आदमी को चुनाव कर लिया परमानेंटली, ये आदमी के साथ जीवन में रिश्ता बना रहेगा तो खलेगा नहीं. वरना मुझे मीडियोकर्स बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद है. अपने रूफ के नीचे मीडियोकर्स बिल्कुल भी नहीं पसंद है मुझे. अगर नॉइज नहीं कर रहे हैं, इंटरवेंशंस नहीं है, कोई दिखाई पड़ रहा है कि ज़रा सा पैसा जाता है इंटर्न्स को, कुछ टाइम के बाद ये चले जाते हैं, थोड़ा बहुत एक्सेल शीट वगैरह बना देते हैं. तो ठीक है दूसरे लोग हैं ऐसे लोगों को हैंडल करने के लिए. लेकिन मेरी डिज़ायर तो ये है कि जितने भी लोग हैं इन सब के भेजे में बात घुस जाए कि हम जो कर रहे हैं और जो डिग्री प्राप्त करके जॉब लेने जाएंगे, हमारे जैसे लोगों के सामने अगर वैसा रेज्यूमे आएगा तो हम शायद उस रेज्यूमे को डिस्कार्ड कर रहे होंगे, क्योंकि हमें भेड़ नहीं चाहिए. तो जो MBA की डिग्री लेके आ रहे हैं आर्मी झाटू कॉलेजेस से, उनकी MBA की डिग्री देखते ही मुझे पता चल गया कि ये लोग आगे इसको लगा दो क्लरिकल काम पे. तो लगाएंगे, भेड़ को भेड़ के काम देंगे. थोड़े और अच्छे लोग चाहिए जो फ्री विल में जीना जानते हैं, जिनके अंदर फ्री विल बची हुई है. तो वैसे लोगों को आइडेंटिफाई करना है तो मेरे ख्याल से तुम्हें बाकी इंटर्न्स की कैटेगरी में डालना गलत होगा। तुम्हारे पास जीवन का तजुर्बा भी उनसे ज़्यादा है, क्रिएटिव तजुर्बा भी शायद उनसे ज़्यादा है, एक्सपोजर एडवेंचर का तजुर्बा भी उनसे ज़्यादा है। तो मेरे ख्याल से स्ट्रक्चर जैसा होना चाहिए जिसमें टेक ओरिएंटेड मार्केटिंग पर्सपेक्टिव से ही पूरी चीज़ को इवैल्यूएट करा जाए। हर किसी का अभी इंटर्न्स को हरी को रिपोर्ट करता है इंटर्न्स, हरी से बहुत ऊंचे काम के लिए है, इंटर्न्स की रिपोर्टिंग नहीं चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं है इंटर्न्स अच्छे नहीं हैं, अपने बहुत अच्छे इंटर्न्स हैं, लेकिन अगर मैं तुमने बोला कल आपका टॉक, हाउ डिड यू नो आई हैव अ टॉक यस्टरडे विद द रेस्ट ऑफ द टीम?
So I called the office में because कुछ काम था, मैं मीटिंग अटेंड नहीं कर पाया। So then okay, sorry, ये हुआ। Then we had a amazing talk with Nishchal.
Who said that?
Abhishek.
अभिषेक कौन है?
So the guy wears specs. So he is currently working on Ghosta. He was the one working on Transit. So I asked him about सर क्या हुआ ऑफिस में आज, ये मैं मीटिंग अटेंड नहीं कर पाया, so I wasn't well. लगा ये सब हो गया। Then we had a talk with Nishchal sir, and then we went home.
अच्छा, तो उसने बताया कि यू न्यू हु वाज निश्चल सर,
Yes,
उससे
sir.
बात हुई थी, तो तुम्हें ये ध्यान था कि तुमने कुछ बात मिस कर दिया है, तो आज तुमने मेंशन किया कि आई मिस द टॉक,
And because I've been wanting to talk to you, see, I've seen you every day. Like,
व्हाई डिड यू वांट टू टॉक टू मी?
see, I'll tell you something. When you identify, there are certain people you're like, okay. And so you're like, there's something you want to interact with them. Like, होता है, like, whenever you go into a crowd, you're like, okay, this guy looks interesting, I'm gonna have to talk to him. If this guy doesn't look interesting, okay, I'm not interested. पहला judgment होता है, we are average human, we judge.
Right.
No matter person में judgment, people judge.
Right.
Every parameters.
Right.
There's something interesting about it. बोलते सर से बात करना है एक बार, and unfortunately I couldn't do it yesterday because I wasn't well.
Correct.
So on that perspective.
Correct. You know, sometimes such simple things give you the attention, get you the right attention. Just like simple acknowledgement or mentioning, unlike a lazy person. You could have just been complete introvert and not mentioned a thing, and I wouldn't have known that you acknowledged you missed a talk. So if you acknowledge you missed something, then you should have it. Most of the people wouldn't even wonder if they missed anything for not being present in that talk. So then you were worthy, and that's why probably this is happening in the first place, and makes me feel like if you are able to read content, understand the keywords, you are taking up this project of search engine optimization in the first place, suggests that you are acquiring understanding of how Google is doing its search results and how you can make us come on top on these results if you're given the resources that are required to do that SEO. You're not expected to do the SEO yourself, is it?
No, I'm just a beginner. I don't have any ideas, so I just watched a couple of videos how to do it first.
Great.
Like, okay, thing is, not every time you should have the answer.
Correct.
बहुत बड़ा पढ़ के हो सकता है. SEO is something I can learn to an extent, not beyond that. उसके
Correct.
आगे मुझे skill लगेगा.
Correct.
So before going to Valley sir कि मुझे नहीं आ रहा है, I have to execute something and then have to justify. Okay, इतना किया. These are my skills. I could achieve till then. Beyond it, I might need help.
Correct.
So without doing any content, that makes no sense. कि मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, ये मुझे नहीं आ रहा है.
Correct. तो तुम्हें अगर मौका मिलता है चूज करने का संकेत कि यहाँ पे क्या काम करना चाहते हो, तो तुम क्या बोलोगे, क्या करना चाहोगे?
Okay, so more probably I won't say क्या करना चाहता हूँ. The only thing I always want is I have a restless mind.
Right.
So the moment I walk in, I want to be busy till the time and leave the office because that just keeps me busy. जहाँ पे दिमाग लगाना हो, जहाँ पे कुछ तो
करने को हो,
productive हो.
हाँ.
SEO is one of the things where I have to literally understand how to bring up. I'm open to any. I'm open to all the verticals. कोई problem नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, वैसा नहीं है. But there's something that is productive. That is actually आज Tuesday है, आज मैंने ये game किया. Today I learn. So you go to Reddit. There's a subreddit TIL. What I today I learn. So every day I want to learn something, which should be different from next day tomorrow. So let's say
Every day you want to learn something.
Yes.
Do you always have the desire to acquire lessons and knowledge? Just one second. I told you if you can't be aware around me, get the fuck out of this room. Get out.
No, yeah.
Get out right now. Fucking lazy people. So you tell me that since when do you notice that you have the desire to learn, or you have a lot of appetite to?
Since I was a kid. So
Yeah.
for
So
example,
were you a curious kid? Did
Absolutely,
your school
absolutely.
children recognize you as that curious person?
I've always
lot of
been-
questions in the class.
A lot of questions. The thing is, okay, so let's do what I've experienced so far is as an energy you pack in, energy attract hota hai. So I've been an inquisitive kid so far. So literally everything right from I have fell from the second floor twice. चढ़ने गया था देखना था आई वाज लाइक क्या है वहाँ पे मैं चढ़ गया छूट गया मैं नीचे गिर गया सो आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन एनकरेज्ड एवरीथिंग राइट फ्रॉम लर्निंग अबाउट मार्स हो या योर बायोलॉजी हो केमिस्ट्री हो अगर मैं इसमें नॉट इवन माई फोर्टे आई हैव वेंट एंड लर्न तो वो था आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन ओपन टू लर्निंग ऑलवेज बीन समथिंग लाइक मतलब ना इट्स अ हंगर एवरी डे लाइक आज मुझे फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स अज्यूम देयर वाज दिस क्रिप्टो क्रैश मैं समझता नहीं है क्रिप्टो क्यों हुआ
तो पढ़ा उसके बारे में
नहीं आई सो दैट्स समथिंग रीडिंग राइट नाउ सो लाइक कुछ रिलायबल कंटेंट हो गया कंटेंट का क्या होता है पीपल मैनिपुलेट कंटेंट एज पर देयर परसेप्शन मेरा था कि लेट्स लुक फॉर अ रिलायबल सोर्सेज जहाँ से सच में मुझे क्वालिटी नॉलेज मिले तो ऐसा था वेयर माय इंटरेस्टनेस एक्चुअली अराउज वाज स्टार्टेड रीडिंग सिडनी स्टडी एट द एज ऑफ 6 व्हिच इज नॉट अ राइट एज सो वैसे वैसे आई स्टार्टेड एक्वायरिंग नॉलेज एंड आई स्टिल हैव अ हंगर फॉर नॉलेज.
What are the current books that you're reading?
So currently I'm reading is Matthew McConaughey's Green Light. So it says, and I think that's the person who loves. He is into spirituality right now, so he talks a lot about all the stuff which I am inclined towards reading. So he has his biography called Green Lights, and I'm reading right now.
Oh wow! So he's written a book also now.
Absolutely, and it's an amazing book. So
Yeah, he's an amazing guy.
If you love as an actor, so the thing is, if you can connect with him as an actor, you're gonna love the book. Otherwise,
He's
there's
solid,
no way you're gonna like it.
rock solid. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a wise man. Okay, nice, very interesting. What is the greatest book you have read?
I've read a lot of books, so I can't actually say the greatest book, but the best book would be. So this is a book called. There's nothing substantial. There's just small stories about life. It's. I forgot the name. I forget.
No problem, no problem.
It's-
But you have read a lot of books. Is that what you said? Nice.
It's something. He's a financial head. Someone. Life. With 2 beers. Something. It's a book of the name of the book.
Okay, and what is the? So it's a book on that
It's a-
teaches you on some
It's
finance.
just small stories about people experiencing life.
Right, awesome. What else? What other books? Tell me 2 more.
Okay. 2 more. Second one is.
Maybe not the name. Don't stress your mind about the name. But what do you remember about the book? Like you said, short stories about different people and their lives.
There's another one I currently have. This Kite Runner. Then there's another book that I actually have in the pipeline right now is Blood and Oil. So it's about how America fought in Iraq. So
Correct.
It's a very deep book. I think I need to be in that with a state of mind to actually read that book.
Correct.
It's a very huge book, and I don't
Correct.
have time for it right now.
Correct.
Second book I recently purchased is it's a book. So I am a Marathi and I don't know the language. So that's what it's a shameful thing. So I'm gonna start reading Pulladeshpande. So that's another thing. So I read a lot of books. I even have a collection of 300 books in my folder.
So you have how many books did you say in your collection?
300 plus. E-books plus physical books. I prefer physical books a lot.
Right. Wow, great, awesome. So you go back from work and then get.
I read a lot. Means if not book, I would go on and read the essays, or maybe on the conversation that I essays on a lot of essays.
Correct. What is your current compensation?
So
What is your current package?
no, I'm on an internship, so I make somewhere around 10K a month.
Right. And how much after your college education degree is over? How much do you think you're going to make? What is your expectation?
I have never thought about that. I have gone beyond that. I'm like, no, this is the life I want to live, and I'm going to do whatever things I want to do.
So there is decent financial stability at home.
Yes, it's good.
Fair enough. So you don't have to be like.
So I do freelancing. So voiceovers tha. I know the clients. I have the bank of artists. So I take a few projects. So when the college started, I had no time for it, so I stopped doing it.
Great. So editorial works across videos and podcasts would be like a cakewalk to you, is it? Videos may be difficult.
Difficult because I've
Never done that.
Podcasts is I listen to podcasts almost every day, so I'm right now podcast is.
So you are fully aware of podcasts and their environment. Have you ever used Anchor or FM?
I know about it again. So I have just downloaded for curiosity, but I never used it for anything.
Right. Cool. Great. Today in the conference room, we were discussing something, and then a very important deck was to be made, and that important deck needed my intervention. So I was on it, and now Dr. Irfan's laptop is in my hand, and I'm doing some edits on it. And then he is looking at the projected screen in front, and he just felt like he's seeing that how much thinking is needed to do the like he knows that quality that writes things in cohesive completeness. Then he asked me, it must have taken really long to have written everything that you have written in your life on the internet. So I said, yeah, I did. It has quite literally taken a decade. So, and I have a very easy option of career, which is becoming an author or becoming an orator. I want to not do such an easy thing as sitting in my comfort, writing a book because I'm gifted with a great mind. So many people have done that. Great, let them do it. Maybe their great mind was limited to that. What if my mind is limitless? Why would I make myself an author of this or that or that? I will just continue to remain the thoughtless person who thinks he can do everything that like you would feel about yourself. Right. I will go all in to complete the thing if I've taken it. Right? That's integrity and commitment, and that's maturity, and all those qualities are just the most important qualities and the kind of handshakes I like, you know. So the writings that I have done, if understood, then that would mean that all the youth that is getting attracted almost to the point of feeling intimidated, almost to the point that this person may be inaccessible, or maybe he can see too much. We don't want to come in front of a person whose eyes can see too much, which is a very good sign. I don't want everyone to be able to come to me, even if I'm there walking by their side. They should hold back because they can see that he can see a lot. So maybe that's really the quality that would be felt by many like him. I would come, drop everything else, and just come to my little world of Jnana Yoga, ahead of Bhakti Yoga, ahead of Hatha Yoga. The ultimate thing that others cannot even begin to offer because it would require something innate, not some scriptural knowledge. That is then again only people bhakts. So that's really what is the possibility here. So the human resource movement, the number of volunteers and number of talented people like him and his brother, we can create an army of that. The day I decide that would be the day when I know there is somebody who can have me be unburdened about the process of this human interaction with different people, and noting down with empathy about what are their talents, what are they good fit at, and ensuring that nobody is just given a job. ये करना है तुम्हें, पहले जानना है कि वो है कौन आदमी, you know. तो ये वाला एक process रन होना है, चीज़ों के अंदर taste और depth और आत्मा भरनी है. तो ये जो आर्टिस्ट वाली भाषा है मेरी, जिसमें एक लय है, एक आत्मा है, वो तो मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि अच्छे संगीतकार समझ पाएंगे, या जो उन संगीतकार के सत्संग में समय बिता के correct, yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't even attempt to speak this language with others. So maybe you could start looking at increasing your range beyond just SEO. It's a very important task actually they are giving you. This is very interesting for me to know that you are sitting on this topic, because actually all other strategies of spending money on push marketing will be useful till the day we don't, till the day we understand organic search engine optimized results on top page.
Right.
The real deal would be to make this whole show organically the top accelerator in the country. So how we are going to make, when people search accelerator, startup accelerator, we should be the number one result. That's a goal, and that should come organically, not as a sponsored ad.
Right.
Your 80% focus should be in accomplishing that.
Right.
And in the process of accomplishing that, do two things. Remember these two things, because now what I'm saying is teach me along the way. Everything that you are learning about search engine optimization, ensure that I also learn along with it through conversations with you. Teach me anything exciting you find about search engine optimization, or you think that, wow, if people know this algorithmic stuff about Google, they can know more about how to do their content so it is their search engine optimized, and other qualities about other attributes of optimization for search engine, that is Google. So the number one thing is to teach me along the way. The second is to make a process or make some one-page document encouraging and inspiring people to take that possibility of search engine optimization for all of the brands that we have. Quick Tech is one, Quick Design, Quick Tech, Go Start. Then now going on to June 15, we'll have 2 apps. How would the apps be marketed?
Right.
What is it about the app? So now, would you buy 2 books if I asked you to buy the cheapest versions of these books, not hardcover fancy ones?
Which books are these?
0 to 1 by Peter Thiel.
I think I know this book.
Okay, the second is Hooked.
Hooked, I may have heard this book.
Right.
Hooked is something I've heard. So I might have read it, I don't know. I'll check. Who's the author of the book?
Nirayal.
Nirayal. You know Product Hunt?
Yes.
Product Hunt ka founder Ryan Hoover.
Okay.
Ryan Hoover and Nirayal co-authored the book called Hooked. The subtitle of the book is
Habit
Building
for
Products.
Building Products.
Yeah, how to build habit
Okay,
building.
so I've heard about it. I haven't read this book. I heard about this book.
Correct. I have a feeling, even though I'm addressing it to this loser, but I have a feeling that he would be the right choice for the product that is IADB. Because you, till the time you're alone, you will never be alone on it, because I don't fully trust you to do communication effectively.
Yes.
But I will trust your communication with the tech team a little more, because to communicate with tech team, you don't need to know technology. You need to just communicate clearly what you want as an output, as a user. That's all. So if you put a screenshot of something in a document and you haven't put the context of the screenshot, you basically are a 0 in documentation. If you put some information on a document without putting source of where you get that information, you're a 0 on documentation, because why the fuck am I going to trust your information when you are a 21-year-old loser? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you have to put sources all the time, which is a blunder he did yesterday in a document. I mean, if I receive those kind of documents and I don't know what the fuck is going on, I would be frustrated. I wouldn't look at that email again or that email sender again. It's like if I get a document where the first line itself is wrong, where you wanted to say if the next iteration of the app required few changes, but instead of that you wrote a lot of changes are required. But you meant few. In fact, it is such a redundant line that you don't even need to say that. Like fucking get to the point. What are the changes? That's it. Who the fuck are you to judge few or large or lot? So just say get to the point, get done, be truthful. Don't write year, month and day. Write date, month and year like we are taught. Don't try to be a facade. You know what I mean? So I want truthfulness, complete truthfulness in documentation, no fancy facade.
Right.
So that's what I felt was missing in him, in his documentation, until I told him to absolutely I mean, it's not an absolute statement. I would love people to use ChatGPT well, but if you are just basically writing market business worthy fucking sentences without even understanding what you're saying there, then you're going to really cause me a lot of embarrassment in front of people who recognize me for my truthfulness, and they'll be like, sure, he may be truthful, but I don't think that has trickled down to his organization. I would judge documents. I swear to God, if I get documents the kind these boys make, I I wouldn't trust such people and their documentation and the words they're giving me, because I know they're just showing off. You know. So in our environment, greatest products can be built if my download about the product, if my inputs about the product are very well understood. And I am never tired of answering questions, so long as I'm not going to repeat myself, because then this is a solution. We'll go back to the video and hear it. That's why I make this. So not even a pixel worth of problem will happen in the product if my input about the products we are building currently and we build in the future is really considered as a scripture. That's the quality of my words, that's the quality of products I build. I don't even build anything that is not good for humanity and it's just going to be for money's sake. I would have that extraordinarily conscientious language across everything that I'm doing. It would be direct language connecting with divinity without even using the word God or divine. So that kind of product development can happen without my interventions if two people are communicating well with the tech team as users. Users who can see what is the problem this product is going to solve for themselves. And they ensure that they have the spirit to get it done exactly that way as it would solve the problem. No compromises, that hustle quality is needed. कि बॉस ये नहीं चाहिए था, ये देखो 40 है, यही चाहिए, अभी आपको करना पड़ेगा ये कंडक्ट चाहिए मुझे। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं, a lot has to be changed, तुमसे ज़्यादा चैंपियंस हैं वहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं। तो वैसा बच्चा आएगा कल का बोलेगा कि इसमें बहुत चेंजेस होने हैं, गलत बात है ये। तुम्हारे सारे बड़े हैं, तुम कैसे कह सकते हो बहुत चेंजेस होने हैं? हो सकता है इतना सा जो तुमने बहुत समझा, तुमने बहुत इसलिए समझा क्योंकि तुम्हारी दुनिया इतनी छोटी सी है, उसमें बड़ा लगा है, बल्कि कुछ भी नहीं है वो चेंजेस तो मैं कहूँ कोई चेंजेस नहीं परफेक्ट बनाया आप लोगों ने, कोई चेंजेस नहीं चाहिए। चेंजेस चाहिए बट अगर कोई उधर दिख रहा है कहने वाला मेरी टीम की आपने भाई क्या बनाया, लॉट ऑफ चेंजेस रिक्वायर्ड, तो मैं बोलूँगा कि यार दोस्त कोई चेंज नहीं चाहिए, छूटिया है यार, इसको टीम से हटा दे यार। तो ट्रूथफुल कम्युनिकेशन नहीं था। Truthful communication that said, thanks, such incredible work, that such little change was required. That's the line that I would be happy to hear, because that's a truthful line to a developer, because he did a good job.
But
So
I thought, Guruji, I thought Guruji, as a user, it felt like very plain. Like,
bro, the problem with you guys is the reason why you are such losers is that you do not know that before there was a car, they had to create a wheel and put it in a bullock cart.
Right.
yeah.
So you have to operate the bullock cart. When you are saturated with that bullock cart and you have the capability to raise the bar, then you go buy the car. But what do you do when गाड़ी आया भी नहीं है दुनिया में? तो जो प्रोडक्ट हम बना रहे हैं वैसा दुनिया में है भी नहीं। तो अभी जो मिनिमम वर्जन है वो थोड़ा बहुत उसकी में चांसेस है नॉन परफेक्ट होने के। पहली चीज बहुत आसान काम है डेवलपमेंट में, बस जाओ उसको कहो कि ये चीज़ चाहिए ऐसे बना दो, बिना ये ध्यान दिए कि पहले जैसे तुमने बोला कि ये वाला नोटिफिकेशन का पार्ट इधर से हटा के उधर लगा दो। पहले प्रोडक्ट के अंदर नोटिफिकेशन का बटन है इतना काफ़ी है, पहले वर्जन के अंदर बटन है इतना काफ़ी है, वो कहाँ लगा हुआ है ये इतना बड़ा मुद्दा नहीं है। अभी इतने पे मुझे 100 यूजर्स नहीं ला के दे रहे हो और डेवलपर्स को घुसाए हुए हो कि इसको ठीक करो उसको ठीक करो। ठीक है 1000 नहीं आ पाएगा, 100 तो ला के दिखाओ पहले, फिर मेरा डेवलपर एंगेज होगा। तो जिस तरह के तुम इनपुट्स दे रहे हो जिसको तुम्हें लग रहा है वो कोई इनपुट्स है, एक्चुअली में अगर हमारा वेंडर के साथ रिलेशनशिप नहीं होता और हमारी इन हाउस टीम होती है जिसका 4 और काम होते तो मैं कहता इसका एक इनपुट मत सुनना, तुम लोग ने जो बनाया बिल्कुल सही है। सिर्फ इस फीचर के अंदर एसेंस जहाँ बदल गया, क्वेश्चंस को ढंग से ना लिख के वो क्वेश्चन सही करो। बाकी नोटिफिकेशन का बटन यहाँ की जगह सबसे और जगह भी लगा दो तब भी मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। सेटिंग्स का लॉग आउट बटन सबसे और जगह लगा दो मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। मेरा पहला पर्पस है कि मैं फंक्शनल प्रोटोटाइप जो मुझे तुरंत मिलना चाहिए वो मुझे मिले। सारे फंक्शंस काम कर रहे हैं, नहीं ये पहला नजरिया है। पहला नजरिया ये नहीं हो सकता कि हम जाएं ढूंढने गलतियां कहाँ हैं। सारा फंक्शन काम कर रहा है, ठीक है, कोर में ये रह गया है, कोर में ये गलती है, कोर की गलती को ठीक करना है। यूआई यूएक्स को जो ठीक करने वाले लोग हैं वो यूआई यूएक्स तो बनाना नहीं है। सबने फेसबुक यूज किया है, सबने ट्विटर यूज किया है, सबको पता है लॉग आउट लॉग इन कहाँ पे होता है इन प्रोडक्ट्स का। वहीं से सीख के हर कोई बोल सकता है कि लॉग आउट यहाँ होना चाहिए। सबसे आसान इनपुट्स हैं ये तुमको लॉट लग रहा है। ये इनपुट्स तो ऐसे इनपुट्स हैं जो इतना डिटेल में मेरे को बोलने की भी जरूरत नहीं है। मैं लोगों को जाके बोलूँगा यार देखो तो ज़रा सोशल प्रोडक्ट्स के अंदर लॉग आउट्स कहाँ पे मिल रहा है, से मिल रहा है या प्रोफाइल के अंदर मिल रहा है। 3 प्रोडक्ट्स को स्टडी करो टॉप और तीनों में देख के जो भी डिसीजन लेना है ले लो, मुझे नहीं पता कहाँ है। मैं तो ऐसे इनपुट देता हूँ। अगले को पूरा स्पून फीड थोड़ी कर देना है हमें, पूरा ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं कि इसको उठा के वहाँ रखो, उसको उठा के वहाँ रखो। काबिल लोगों की टीम है, इतना बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, बस इतना भाव चीज़ का बताने की जरूरत है कि यार ये तो ऐसा फ्लो मेरे को नहीं महसूस हुआ जब मैं बाकी बढ़िया सोशल प्रोडक्ट्स में हूँ, ये पोजीशन कहीं गलत है, आप लोग ढूंढ के बताओ कहाँ होनी चाहिए। यू अंडरस्टैंड?
Yes, yes.
अगर अपने टाइम को वैल्यू करना आता है तो ऐसे इनपुट दोगे।
Yeah, I will say this in the second document. What I felt as a user, like
Yeah, make
in
them feel it. Make them feel the problem.
Yeah.
Don't test them the solution so they don't know why you are thinking of the solution.
Yeah, I understand. The communication was not there. Like I was not able to communicate.
It's not even just a communication lack. If you communicate like that, you will just end up spoon feeding people without ever allowing anybody to run their own mind to understand where you're coming from when you're thinking that solution.
Yes.
You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So create people of greater capability when they have an opportunity to work with you, because that's what they will take back from you.
Yes.
A raised capability. But ठीक है, ऑर्डर देके सब कुछ करवा सकते हैं, किसी को कुछ सीखने को मिलना नहीं है, तो वो तरीका सही नहीं है, बट नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल। कई बार वेंडर्स के साथ प्रिसाइज हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि वेंडर का जो टैलेंट है वो वेंडर के कल्चर में है। हमारे कल्चर में अगर होता तो हम दूसरे ढंग से काम करते हैं। कहते हैं कि यार अपने आप सोच के सही जगह बटन लगा के देना। अगर हर चीज सही जगह लगाएंगे और एक इनपुट हमें देने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी तो समझ लो तुम्हारा 1% बिजनेस का हिस्सा हो गया, तो वो अपने आप हर चीज सही करके देगा। क्योंकि पहली मैंने मैट्रिक लगा दिया कि अगर मुझे इन्वॉल्व होना पड़ा तो जो तुम्हारा से को दे रहे हैं वो भी ले लेंगे। तो इस तरह से लीडरशिप होती है, ये नहीं कि वो इंतजार कर रहा है कि मैं गलत करूंगा तो सरकार ही बता देगी कहाँ गलती हुई है।
Yes.
तो ये वाला जो कम्युनिकेशन है, जो रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है, ये मैं करना ही नहीं चाहता हूँ किसी से। मैं चाहता हूँ मैं इनपुट दूँ, इनपुट रिकॉर्ड हो, अब मुझे दोबारा ना बोलना पड़ रहा हो। अगर मैंने एक बार भी ये बोल दिया है कि ये क्वेश्चन है कहीं पे, वो क्वेश्चन है गूगल पे मिलेगा, लिखोगे निश्चल के सब स्लाइड डेक बाय निश्चल के सवाल, एक आर्टिकल आ जाएगा, उसमें जो 21 क्वेश्चन है 28 क्वेश्चन है जो भी है, वो क्वेश्चन है हमारे इस आइडिएटर्स के लिए जो प्लेटफॉर्म बना रहे हैं उसका कोर। ये कोर नहीं गड़बड़ होना चाहिए, वरना ये प्रोडक्ट कोरा और स्टैक ओवरफ्लो की दुनिया में रिडंडेंट हो जाएगा। तो वो स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चंस हमारे में फिक्स रहेंगे, आंसरिंग चेंज हो सकती है, कोई भी आंसर करके क्वेश्चन नहीं बदलेगा हमारे ऐप में और बाकी में यही फर्क होने वाला है। तो ये लोग नहीं पकड़ पाए, मैं उम्मीद भी नहीं करता हूँ कोई पकड़ पाएगा, क्योंकि इतने आसान होता अगर पकड़ पाना कि यहाँ पे क्या बचा है दुनिया में करने के लिए, तो फिर लोग कर रहे होते वो चीज़। इन सब ने मिस कर दिया, सब ने मिस कर दिया। एक हाँ क्या बोलो?
When I was using IDV as in a user perspective, the first thing I noticed was like everywhere like we are saying it's for ideators. So ideators are like not entrepreneurs itself, right? So we have to build it for more like focus on ideators.
Right. So can you tell me what could be added in the product so it could be more focused on more?
I will add all that in the G7 document and send it to Guruji.
Sure.
What is the name you're taking? IIDB.
IIDB, like IIDB.
Then how it is like IIDB? Because IIDB is about ideas, right? You have to project your ideas. I haven't got a clear idea.
Yeah, like IIDB is a movie database. We're trying to project it as a database of ideas.
So then, aren't those ideas patented? Because there's a potential of being stealing that idea. If I'm easily accessible to idea, I can use it for my benefit. Whereas someone was invested time for an idea.
See, that's the advantage of having conversations with you, because I'll correct you fundamentally. Every time you think that you have an idea that could be stolen, then I would hope your idea is stolen and you are shown the reality that somebody who was able to execute the idea was worthy of that. You were not. That's the reason nobody should ever fear of idea getting stolen.
Okay. Yeah. But then what if the idea is something patent worthy? That's such a good
idea itself is never patent worthy exactly for that reason. किसी के बाप की पनौती ownership
चाहिए. Everyone can have same idea, right?
Formula patent हो सकता है.
Formula, right? Sorry.
You got it.
So how exactly is going to work?
How is this going to
IIDB.
Right. Give him a full download. I should not be needed to explain what is IIDB, and he should know it in totality.
Yes.
What does totality mean?
Fully.
Fully means what? You asshole, I'm not asking for a synonym of totality.
Everything
means what here?
Every documents, every videos that we recorded.
Give the names or examples of what these things are.
GS 1 to B6 from that document, and I will give him the link to experience the like UI link,
Right.
and next up videos. Like after that, if
Which videos?
Like maybe the video we just had the discussion with the both of the like developers,
Right.
Dhruv and Umesh.
Right.
Yeah, I can give that also
Right.
from there. And Guruji had explained the IIDB to us. That video, I will first show them that video. Show him.
What about the video which was your first experience in our room over there when I was showing IIDB?
Yeah, from like.
You forgot about the video?
No,
Here is the
yes.
correction. Fucking have a list on YouTube playlist which is made up of all IIDB related videos.
Yes.
Like I have for chat to do.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes, Guruji.
Then your answer is I'll share the
IIDB,
IIDB playlist.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yes.
Ask yourself questions to
Yes.
ensure that these guys have not forgotten to share any information about this.
Right.
All the way to the origins that were the origins of my first company itself in 2014. This pre-seed, he'll tell you more about it.
Okay, pre-sale ventures. So I was looking for your name. I saw a website of pre-sale something.
You saw the website?
Oh, great.
Did you like what you read on the website in the first book?
Last night I saw it. So I haven't read it. It's in my bookmark. So I use this app called Raindrop. So अभी मैं bookmark करता हूँ offline reading के लिए. I'll be reading maybe next one. I'll read it tonight.
Cool, yeah. Please go through it. Then you will realize that actually the values that pre-seed is made up of is being productified into the world, the possibility, greater possibility for children of ideas, of human beings that are made of ideas.
So may I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. What are things you have worked so far?
Sorry?
What are things you have worked so far on?
What are the things I've worked so far on? I think my greatest work has been on the exposition on what is consciousness and what is shunya.
Okay.
Yeah. The boundless, formless God. That's my highest and greatest work so far. I have works that don't stand anywhere close to it, but for those who don't know what this is, then they are valuable works. I have an Android app, which is a new kind of social network.
What is that?
You'll find it on my website.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll find everything on my website.
Sure.
Then a mathematics venture, you'll find it on my website.
Okay.
I have participated deeply in that venture. Someday it will lead to value creation, but today it's laboratories of mathematics in several schools. Then I am one of the main brainstormers for a lot of entrepreneurs and their lives, because that's what my company stood for, being available to people who seek us. As a result, I'm the chief advisor to Dr. Irfan.
Yes.
And as a result, I have within the 45 days of arriving in Mumbai, conceptualized and laid the foundation for 2 software solutions of the kind that the world has never seen before. No rocket science, but just design. The design is what made Airbnb do what it did. It wasn't a code. It was really the solution to design that made strangers live in strangers' homes.
Right.
So that would make 3 apps, 1 mathematics venture. That would be, quite substantial. Yeah. That is from 2014 onwards. Before that, can all be read.
You
I
are
was a
a
college
college
dropout from
dropout.
2007.
So you were in which college?
I was in Delhi University.
Okay. So this question you asked about mathematics. Why you went to mathematics?
I asked about mathematics because I felt that those who have that mind to not fear mathematics and enjoy mathematics will fit in better into my scheme of things.
Right.
Yeah. Like basically, I don't like people who have made themselves into human beings that have already limited themselves by telling their mind they can't do this.
Right.
Most of the time, they don't do mathematics first because they're told that.
So when it comes to mathematics, I can't do it. It's
Yeah,
just there.
correct. So वो लोगों ने अपने अंदर एक dogma build कर लिया है, उन्हें dogmatic लोग नहीं चाहिए अपने close network of people में. So I like it when people tell me very clearly they are atheists. तो मुझे लगता है कुछ तो सोचा ही उन्होंने, अपने माँ बाप को फॉलो करने वाली भेड़ चाल नहीं चली, तो वो एक अच्छा साइन लगता है मुझे. तो जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट वैल्यू क्रिएटर होगा हमारे गो स्टार्ट और एसोसिएटेड क्रिएशंस का, वो प्रोडक्ट्स होने वाला है. उसमें से आई एम बेटिंग ऑन द वर्ल्ड चेंजिंग प्रोडक्ट टू बी IIDP. It will make more dropouts happen in the world, in colleges of the world. I hope so. That's my goal with that product. People should know the power of learning, acquiring knowledge upon their own ideas.
Right.
So वो आउटपुट क्रिएट होगा जब जो यूजर्स की तरह उसको यूज करके खुश हो जाएगा, दिल खुश हो गया. अब ये हो जाएगा तो मैं मार्केटिंग में बहुत सारा बजट डाल दूंगा. तो मुझे लगता है कि अब दो काम हो गए तुम्हारे पास, SEO और IIDP. तो गो स्टार्ट का SEO के तो भी, और यही मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी है. मैं किसी नॉइजी स्ट्रैटेजी में घुसता ही नहीं हूँ. यही मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजी थी मेरी शुरू से, ओनली SEO. तो मैंने अपने एंड पे जो इंक्वायरी की, लखनऊ में वेंडर को ढूंढा SEO करने के लिए, बजट्स लिए, क्योंकि मुझे ये काम महंगा नहीं, सस्ते से सस्ते में करवाना है. तो मैंने पाया कि बस इसके अलावा मुझे कोई मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजी में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, ना इंस्टाग्राम ना लिंक्डइन. मुझे चाहिए जो लोग ढूंढते हुए हमारे पास आ रहे हैं, उनकी ज़रूरत है, ये नहीं कि जिनको हमने पुश कर करके घुसा लिया अपने अंदर. जो ढूंढ के आए वो ज़्यादा महत्वपूर्ण थे, जिनकी नीड थी हम. तो सारा अपने आप को उसी से सैचुरेट कर लेते हैं ना उन लोगों से जिनकी नीड थे हम. तो कोई अट्रैक्टिव सा उन्होंने डिज़ाइन देखा ऐड का और वो घुस के चले आए. ठीक है, हम पैसा कमा लेंगे ऐसे लोगों से, लेकिन इन लोगों के साथ हम वो वैल्यू क्रिएटर्स नहीं बन पाएंगे जो हम बनना चाहते हैं. क्योंकि एफिशिएंसी तो वहाँ पे है कि हमें सर्च करते हुए लोग आ गए हमारे पास, हम उन्हें नहीं सर्च करने गए, यू नो.
वो नीड फैक्टर है. They want us.
Yes, they want us. बस तो they want us का मतलब SEO कर दो अच्छे से, अपने अंदर मेरिट को कर दो.
So I'm a beginner. I have
No problem.
zero idea.
No problem.
I'm learning.
That's where I'm going to actually evaluate you. As a beginner, if you could master SEO is not a rocket science topic. It's easy. It's easy. It's not something that you need coding for, you know. So it is something that is not technical. It is just like a relevant skill in the world of Google.
Right.
And it's a skill that everyone should have.
Absolutely.
You know, if one could read it out of a book, then why not read this book instead of some self-help book?
Right.
You know. So I think this is what will actually help you also see for yourself, because a talent that can be so fluid that they can acquire the skill to learn or do something that they had no knowledge of earlier.
Yeah, to on my own without any guidance.
Yeah, that is a big winner on my mind. I mean, if I have somebody like that, I almost immediately know that this person is for my highest product. क्योंकि product क्या entrepreneurship में यही चाहिए. जो नहीं आता है वो करेंगे फिर, you know. जो tools है बस वो सीखने के लिए, जो जैसे सीखने वाली बात ये है कि अभी तुम्हें नहीं पता ग्रोथ हैकिंग क्या होती है, लेकिन हुक्ड जैसी कुछ चीज़ों को पढ़ के अगर तुम ये समझ जाओ कि ग्रोथ हैकिंग ही तो थी वो, कि ट्विटर में एक बटन बनाया जो किसी भी ब्लॉग में डाल दो और ट्वीट का बटन दबाओ तो ट्वीट हो जाएगी चीज़. तो ट्विटर में जो कोड छोटा सा लिखा होगा कि कोई अपने ब्लॉग में डाल दो वो बटन, ये है ग्रोथ हैकिंग. अब हर ब्लॉग में ट्विटर का बटन डालना शुरू किया, दुनिया में वो ट्वीट का बटन फेमस हो गया, यू नो. तो क्या किया मार्केटिंग की ने ढंग से सोच लिया कि ये बटन की पॉसिबिलिटी दे देते हैं सबको कि वो अपने ब्लॉग्स को ट्वीट करवा पाए दूसरों से. ये है ग्रोथ हैकिंग. इस तरह की स्ट्रैटेजी होनी चाहिए प्रोडक्ट्स की. ये नहीं कि इंस्टाग्राम पे इतना बजट लेके ऐड करना शुरू कर दो.
These are the things when you read about these things, na, like what a man is capable of. So I think you must have heard of Aaron Swartz. So who killed himself because he was.
How do you know about Aaron Swartz?
I read a lot. I have.
You would be so happy.
I'm a 90s kid. I have spent most of my life on internet.
Right.
It's something I should like to.
Did you know I mentioned his name yesterday in the talk?
I think 99% people have no idea
what Aaron Swartz is.
Like you.
Yeah. So if you go to my webpage nishchal.pc.in, you will find Aaron Swartz mentioned.
Right. These are the unsung heroes. People don't know.
Yes.
People don't understand.
Definitely.
You know, because they're the reason we can actually.
I cried when I heard about him. Yeah.
It still haunts me journey, what he has gone through.
Yes.
Absolutely, what a genius and what a beautiful boy. He could have had the world to him, but he decided to do something.
Right. Why don't we have people like this? Everything coming from USA. Maybe
Yeah.
We don't have people like this because we don't actually. You see, if I hadn't really sit down here to create this setting for such a conversation, then what would have happened? The continued lalagiri. बस हम कर क्या रहे हैं? कुछ लोग बैठे हुए उनको उस जगह बैठा के वो चीज़ कराई इसलिए है क्योंकि उनके अंदर वो बात ही नहीं थी कि उनको इस कमरे तक भी लेके आते। तो फिर जब लोगों ने डिसाइड कर लिया है कि उन्हें वेड ही बन के जीवन जीना है, तो फिर हम नहीं इमेजिन कर सकते श्वार्ट्ज जैसे लोग इस, क्योंकि हर रूम में, हर हॉल में अगर मेरे जैसे लोग हो जो अगले को एक ही मीटिंग में बता दे कि तुम लोग कितने इंटरेस्टिंग भी नहीं हो कि मैं तुम लोग से बात भी करूं, तो जब इन लोगों को ये पता चला तो इन लोगों को थोड़ा अपना पोजीशन समझ में आया और कोई भी उसमें चैलेंज नहीं कर सकता इस बात को कि मैंने कुछ भी कहा उसमें कुछ गलत हो। बाकी इसका फीडबैक था कि सर मैंने जो किसी से कुछ बात कुछ फीडबैक मिला मेरे टॉक के बाद क्या हुआ, तो उसने कहा सर बहुत सारे लोगों के लिए बहुत हैवी हो गया।
It's heavy because they haven't experienced. I have experienced this kind of vlog, so it's not heavy for me. It's not even new for me because I have watched people like this and I've been reading about this. Second thing I want to mention is what I find lacking in today's people is they don't want to dig deeper. As for example, take a small example, Adidas. One of the biggest marketing hack was that happened with DMC. So why Adidas has a superstar? Why Adidas went behind Yeezy? People don't know that. Don't want to find it. For example, why, let's take Tom Ford. Why Tom Ford designs certain kind of product? What is the legal? So what is the psychology behind it? So another person I love is Demna. So Demna is the one who runs Balenciaga. Despite having a lot of backfires, a lot of opposition, why that guy produces certain kind of product that stands out every time, that looks like stupid, but his product sells. Why? Because he's trying to create a legacy. He wants to be someone like, कल मैं मर जाऊँ ना, people will talk about, maybe they talk negative, positive, they want to talk about me. So this is something people no longer want to dwell into product. Why वो product ऐसा क्यों है और वो ऐसे क्यों बना? Reddit is one of the top most. Reddit क्यों बना, कैसे बना, लोगों को नहीं जानना है आजकल. People start to understand why. Let's assume why Facebook क्यों बना. People like Facebook का use किया, खत्म हो गया. Facebook क्यों बना, Twitter क्यों बना, Instagram क्यों बना? There is a lot of story behind. There are documentaries. People don't want to learn that. If you don't learn that, people are not going to think that. वो एक lacking आ रहा है generation में से. वो है ना, वो generation में maybe I think so. वो मुझे कीड़ा बोलते हैं ना, जानने के लिए वो बाहर बहुत है. They have freedom. We have chains. We are chains. We have societal pressure. We have family pressure. We have a lot of pressures. And to break free, we need certain kind of privilege to do that. I was privileged enough to spontaneously wake up one day and like, okay, I want to do music. Let's see क्या होता है life में. I gave up my education. I did it because I was privileged to do that. Not everyone is that privileged to do that. So वो भी factor matter करता है यहाँ पे. बिल्कुल सही. And India में वो privilege नहीं है, वो बाहर है. People working in McDonald's is respected outside or not in India. तो ऐसा हर कंट्री में privilege होता है, उसके वजह से ये चीजें foster होता है जो यहाँ पे नहीं हो रहा है. एजुकेशन अनदर है. एजुकेशन यहाँ पे तो रोबोटिक है. लिटरली आई हैव सीन पीपल चैट जीपीटी से असाइनमेंट करके दे रहे हैं. पीपल अगर मार्केटिंग में हो तो व्हाई इज अमूल डूइंग समथिंग लाइक दैट? व्हाई इज adidas डूइंग व्हाट? व्हाई इज ब्रांड गोइंग? फॉर एग्जांपल मिंत्रा इज सेइंग कि टियर 1 से सेल्स कम आ रहा है, टियर 2 टियर में ज्यादा आ रहा है, तो क्यों आ रहा है? व्हाई इज टियर 2 टियर 3 आउट ऑफ नोवेयर इज मेकिंग सो मच मनी? आई एम मेकिंग सो मच मनी. दी generation now is like 1000 रुपए कमाओ, 5000 स्पेंड करो. That's the reason tier 2 tier 3 is making higher sales right now. And tier 1 में saturation हो गया. ये लोग अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं आजकल. That's why apps are failing. That's why products are failing. आपने कल बोला, I think so फ्लोट के बारे में बोल रहा था. यहाँ पे कस्टमर बेस आर टू स्टबर्न. उन लोगों से ना, जब मारे बोलते तहान लगा वीर खंडा, if you know what the meaning is. So जब प्यास आती है तभी लोग वेल टेक करते हैं. अगर लोगों को बोलोगे ना EV will save your future, they don't give a fuck. They like I use petrol, fuck it. बिल्कुल. जब लिटरली कल आग लगेगा ना, when your whole घर आप जब जल रहा होगा ना तब जाके लोग EV खरीदेंगे. तो इसके लिए we are somewhat behind compared to Europe. People are not willing to experiment. Right. I know people who are making 30-40 lakhs a year still don't want to pay for OTT. They like message संके तेरे पास ID है क्या login ID? I'm not paying for it. If you want the country to prosper, start paying for services. People are not doing that. It is one of the complex customer base we have right now, and I don't know how to crack that. That's something that bothers me. कि अगर if I want to build something like Netflix tomorrow, how will I convince people to pay me if they don't want to?
What do you say? If you want to build something like Netflix, do you also in your vision have the Netflix farm IT infrastructure?
So you understand.
The IT infrastructure that backs such streaming across the world. Do you have in your hindsight, when you say something like Netflix, when I want to build something like Netflix, do you have, like, you know, for example, when you say I want to build something like Taj Mahal, then you suddenly have this beauty about Taj Mahal, the divinity about the moonlit night and things like that. So when you say Netflix, the divinity of Netflix is its infrastructure.
Right.
How they have done their servers. Have you read anything about that?
Not exactly. It's in the pipeline. So हर एक उनको डेटा नहीं होगा पढ़ने के लिए. So
लेकिन ये ऑब्जर्व किया, ये जानते हो इस बात को कि इतनी भारी स्ट्रीमिंग सर्विस क्रिएट करने के लिए जो काबिलियत चाहिए वो ये थी कि सर्वर्स और उसका जो आर्किटेक्चर और जो फॉर्म है सर्वर्स का वो वाली जो लीप ली है नेटफ्लिक्स ने, इसीलिए कर पाए वो ये काम.
that's absolutely. So that's certain. पढ़ूंगा तो मैं I am currently another book I have currently is Reader Singh's का Netflix one.
Nice. That's
So there are a lot of books I don't have that much time to invest because I have to journey, college and work.
Right. नहीं तो मैं तो कह रहा हूँ कि ये जितना कैसे तुम्हारे जैसे लोग कॉलेज में एक्सेप्ट भी कर सकते हैं. कॉलेज तो पढ़ने नहीं दे रहे अच्छी किताबें.
So
क्यों कर रहे
I have to prioritize. I have to see there are certain goals. Thing is I'm a spontaneous person who has never been certain at one point. So I have given myself ये सामने ये करना ही है. If I couldn't do it, I'm gonna be not be spontaneous now. So I have to achieve certain things in just certain years.
ब्लैक प्रिंट चाहिए था, शिटी मुझे ब्लैक में लिखना था.
Guji, I have understood like why I hold back previously.
हाँ बोलो.
I was meeting him for first time, so I need to understand like how much of the vessel is like he can hold. That's why. Now I understand. I feel like you are in the best. म्यूजिक में क्या कर रहा था? म्यूजिक में
So I used to make music and then I started
like electrical EG.
And then I started connecting with artists and then I was just managing events.
Okay.
You understand what I'm trying to say here?
Sorry?
You understand what I'm trying to say here? That's it. Finish up the recording.